what's up you guys? I'm Sarah Labrat and today I'm going to be unboxing the last 3 months worth of GoScribbler boxes because I have not yet opened them. So we're going to start here with November. So right on top here I have the publishing process inside look, and this month it's an exclusive sneak peek on Mark Clue's personal corkboard in his writing office, which is cool because I actually have one. And this is kind of what it looks like. And there's a couple pages in here that just kind of like walk through his process and like how he uses that to plot his novel. That's really cool. I love saving these from like every box that I get and stockpiling them in one of these boxes just for like safekeeping. And then when I get further into the editing and publishing process, then I'll like go back and reread all of them to take the knowledge of these very successful published authors and apply that to my publishing journey. Up next, we have a packet of hot chocolate from the Spice House. It says, "We love hot cocoa like we love the first snow of winter. Made from a blend of 2 butter-rich cocoas, our mix rivals any hot chocolates you'll find in Switzerland or France. And it's vegan." Awesome. That'll be really good. Actually, I might like have some of that today. Next up, we have a sticker that says "I make stuff up" with a little typewriter on it. That's cute. I might be able to add that to my corkboard. A lot of the things on my corkboard are already from Scribbler. Next up, it looks like we have a writing map. It says right over the top, "A writing map to fabulous stories. Text and writing prompts by Sean Levin, illustration by Sam Breyer." Ooh, there's like a bunch of things. So this is what I saw through the plastic, and all unfolds with a bunch of writing prompts and quotes. That would actually be really fun. I kind of want to get into like starting to do like writing prompts every day or every week, just to like get my juices flowing, switch it up from like what I have been writing. So that could be really, really fun. It also came with this little print. That's not gonna focus. With this little print that says, "I read so I can live more than one life in more than one place. Ann Tyler." It's true. And then of course, my favorite part, all of these, is all of the bright orange crinkle paper that gets absolutely everywhere. Next up is actually my favorite part of all of these boxes, which are the writing passports. This is writing passport number 21 because the company has been around for like almost 3 years now. Yeah, almost 3 years. This one is writing science fiction, which is very cool because I'm actually writing a sci-fi right now. It's like in the brainstorming process, and so I think I'm gonna go and try to read this like kind of soonish after I reread that rough draft, which I'm currently making a video about, which will likely be up next week. But what these are, and there will be one in each of the boxes, but these are a writing passport that's like the first half is from Scribbler and then the second half is from the author featured in the box. And it's just about how to write science fiction. And the quote on the back says, "The only way to fail as a writer is by giving up," which is true. And then one of my other favorite parts in the boxes are they give you like these invites with like a YouTube link on the back for a live interview with an industry professional. And this one is with editorial director Grace Doyle. Oh, this might be really helpful actually in my editing of the book that or the reread of my rough draft right now. It's a chapter planner, and it has sections for the chapter number, chapter name, what kind of scene is this, action, backstory, character development, heartstrings, romance, twist, or other. Characters appearing in this chapter, that's really helpful. What will readers remember about this chapter? Why would a reader name this as their favorite chapter? And what plot or subplots does this chapter support? And then, did I finish this chapter? You know it, still a work in progress, or got distracted by a UFO. And then lastly, what we have in this box is of course the sci-fi book from this month because the theme was sci-fi, and it's called Aftershock, The Palladium Wars. It's a really cool looking cover. I'm in love with that. And you got a little signed book plate to go inside the book from the author. I'm just gonna read the first paragraph from the back of this book, and it says, The first thing is Peace is Under Fire. From the author of the best-selling Frontline series comes a new epic science fiction saga set in a solar system fighting to survive and reform in the wake of war, just as the real battle is about to begin. This doesn't look like too big of a book. It's 271 pages, and so I might have to start reading this kind of soon. All right, and that is what we got for the November Scribbler box. Next up, we've got the December box, and I've not yet cut into this one. Okay, so on top of this box, and normally what they have on the top is their little intro card, which is the logo on some kind of like fun print. And then on the back, they do a monthly writing contest. And this one from December, so like it would have already been judged, but this one says, write a short paragraph starting with the sentence, snowflakes drifted downward, glittering against a red sky. And then they end up featuring their favorite submission, and the contest ended on January 14th. So I can't participate, but I really like that. And so I might have to end up like using that as one of my writing prompts, which would be really fun. Next up in the box, it's always fun when they do this, but they included a little bag of popcorn. So this one has butter in it, and I'm vegan, so I can't have this, but it looks really good, but I'll give it to one of my roommates. And I'm sure that they will enjoy it just as much as I would have. And then let's see here, we have 2 metallic pens from Pentel. And we have lots more crinkle paper, as always, which is excellent. I seriously want to like save it and do something with it, but I don't know what I would do with it. But just because there's always a lot of it in the boxes. And the writing passport in this box for December 2019 was setting number 2. That means that they've already done a writing passport on setting, but I have that in my collection of writing passports, and so it'll be interesting to see how they took setting further and like this author's take on it. This essay is written by Olivia Hawker, the author of the book that will be in here, and her essay is called Bringing Setting to Life. The true setting of any story is the alteration that takes place around the character. And then on the back here, Victoria and Lindsay say, what is it that you want to say? What is it that you want people to feel? That's cute. So I'll add that to my stockpile of writing passports. All right, next up, we have a creative writing journal. It's by Julian Flanders that says become the writer you want to be. It looks like there are like some writing exercises, when to stop research and when to start writing, tone, mood, and theme. This would be interesting. This is very much a workbook, but can actually be used, so that'll be interesting. I might have to use that too. I'll probably end up using this. That's awesome. Next up is the publishing process inside look. Not that you can see that with the glare. An exclusive Q&A with bestselling author Olivia Hawker. This is the first time that they've done a Q&A with one of their featured authors. So much of creating setting is found in research and world building. That's true, and I love world building. Very cool. Next up is the exclusive chat invite. For every month they do an exclusive chat on YouTube, and this just has like a YouTube link for it. But this is with Chris Warner, who is a senior editor at Lake Union Publishing. Chris Warner edits historical and contemporary book club fiction, including bestsellers including Emily Bleeker, Eliza Maxwell, and Carrie Lonsdale, among others. Prior to his current role, Chris served as a senior editor at Saga City Media, where he led online editorial in addition to writing and editing all things connected to food and arts. When he's not buried in a book, Chris can be found enjoying the outdoors or museum hopping. They do leave these up for about 60 days, and so I should be able to still listen to all 3 boxes, even though it's been several months since I've like opened them and looked at them. But I should still be able to have access to them. Okay, there's also a little pin in here that says, turn coffee into books. Oh, I turn coffee into books. That's cute, even though I don't drink coffee. Oh, this is a very large book. Like, that's huge. Before we even look at the title, I want to look at how many pages. Okay, so like maybe not like that huge, but 479 pages. And it's called One for the Blackbird, a novel, and One for the Crow. So One for the Blackbird and One for the Crow. Bestselling author of The Ragged Edge of Night. And then of course we get the little signed book plate with it that will go inside here when I decide to do that. All right, and that is it for December 2019. And next up is January 2020. So here is January 2020. And that's a cute little cover card. That's fun. It kind of looks like the painting that I'm gonna try and do on those canvases in a few days. On the back, they always include a Scribbler writing contest, and on this one it says, write about the moment when two characters who ultimately fall in love see each other for the first time. Our favorite submission wins a bonus gift. Contest ends Valentine's Day. That's cute. So I could still fill this out, post it on social media, and then potentially win, but I don't know what I would have them do. I don't know if I would do like a meet cute or like a meet like weird. I don't think I would do a meet cute. I would probably do one where they like run into each other, like physically run into each other, or like one of them is like hunting the other, but then knowing that they ultimately fall in love, that's like not as much fun. And then right after that is when we get all of the orange crinkle paper, which is now falling in my lap and all over my floor. Ooh, this is something I can't eat. So the first thing underneath the orange crinkle paper is this Moonstruck chocolate, milk chocolate salted toffee. It's 31% cocoa. Oh, and it's crunchy. I can also give that to my roommates. I'm just giving them all kinds of fun treats, I guess. Next up, oh my gosh, it's like a beer can opener. It says hashtag plot twist and looks like can opener, like a beer opener. That's really funny. That's actually really good because I don't have one. Not that I ever drink beer, but that's really funny. The next thing in here is this note card zip pocket with some like dotted note cards in there. This would have been really helpful when I was like studying for tests at school and stuff, but I'm graduated, so I don't really know what I would use note cards for now. The next thing in here is the publishing process inside look, and for this one it's the synopsis for Pintip Dunn's new novel Malice. And because writing a synopsis is so difficult, or can be difficult for some people, I think I'm one of those people because it has taken me 260,000 words to write that novel, to write that rough draft. And because it took me that long to tell book one of a series, I don't think that I can write like a 1 to 2 page synopsis. And so this will be very helpful for when I finally need to do that. Okay, this is more than like 2 pages. Okay, so this is probably gonna be like, this is probably like 3 or 4 pages, single spaced, but I'm looking forward to reading that later. The next thing is a very cheery, bright little notebook that says, I'm all right. Just like a lined notebook, pretty standard. Next thing is the writing passport and its stakes. That would be really interesting. They did one about tension, and so it'll be interesting to see how the tension one is different than stakes, because stakes are what heighten tension. The biggest stakes in the world mean nothing if the reader doesn't care about them. Well, that might have just answered my question. And then on the back, Victoria and Lindsay say, this is your time, this is the book. So the one you're working on, that's the one, stick with it, finish it, write it. And this month's exclusive chat is with Jessica Turner, who is the marketing director and associate publisher for Untitled Publishing. Now it looks like it's a series of magnets. The first one says, wake up, write, repeat, which is, you know, a reminder that I need. This one says, every word matters, and not now I'm writing, which I should have in a much larger size and on my door so that people leave me alone when I'm working. It's actually a good idea. I should get that made. Okay, so right before the book here, there's a little bookmark for this book, and the book is called Malice, and it looks like it releases February 4th, which is today, but they must have gotten like an early shipment to include it in this box because I've had the box for a few days now. And it says, taking one life could save millions. Here's the little book plate with her signature. Ooh, and a hardcover. That's always fun when they can do that. It's a very pretty cover. The Malice by Pintip Dunn is the book for January 2020. Interesting. Well, I got some new good books to read. It looks like for my reading goal of reading 12 books in 2020, I have gotten like halfway through 2 books, but I haven't finished one yet, and it's February 4th. So I need to work on that, but now that I have new books, that'll make it harder. All right, well that is it for the 3 GoScribbler boxes from November 2019, December 2019, and January 2020 that I was behind on. Thanks so much for watching this video. I'm Sarah Labrat. I make videos and post most every Monday and sometimes Thursday. Please leave a like if you enjoyed this video. Make sure you leave a comment down below, and make sure you hit that subscribe button for when I post videos every Monday and sometimes Thursday. Thanks so much, you guys. Bye.